it guys, welcome to my stream, and this is the beginning of the first race of FIA Nations that I did. I don't know if I put the round in right on my commentary. It's an A-class lobby obviously, because I'm on AS at this moment in time. As you can see, pretty heavy start, a lot of guys getting hit wide. And as we go along, I'm happy right now, qualified right now. Managed to gain one position in the first corner. And as you're about to see, I get a huge surprise. I'm on my braking point, and the Spaniard comes and just shoves me off to the side, losing two positions there. Oh well, push on, hopefully that doesn't keep happening during the race. As you can see, Spaniard and this Johnny dude going at it. Ooh, and he gets punted. And I get punted. And this M32F guy just decides, like, whatever, bro. Check this out. Just watch him. No consideration at all. Just straight into the side of me. What a prick. Anyways, moving on. Now in 13th place from 3rd in the first lap. Oh, I pumped that guy to the side there by accident. Keep pushing on. Just trying to keep it consistent and clean, because that's the kind of driver that I am. You'll notice George Mai behind me, Maya or whatever, however you pronounce it. You'll see what he does just in a bit. When he comes, gets the run on me because I punted that dude. Try and take it as clean as possible, get the run on the inside. Enough grunt to take him on the straight. Thanks to Sean for the livery. And Zulu outclass UAE just becomes a dick. As you can see, I got a 4-second penalty for that, and he doesn't care at all. He does say sorry there at one point, but whatever. Oh, and then George Mahi comes and whacks me off the track. What a lovely dude. With my 4-second penalty coming up, and look how George Mai just shoves me off to the side there. I mean, these are A-class drivers, people. I have no idea how the hell they get to AS when they drive like this. It doesn't make any sense to me in the world. So 4-second penalty coming up. I'm sure I'm going to serve it here. And I move over to the side to serve it and get out the way, unlike these other two guys who just stay in the track. Look how dangerous that was. His re-entry from the penalty caused that other guy to go pretty wide. Yeah, so we'll fast forward just a bit, get a move on, get a penalty for that. Ran pretty wide onto the white there, as you can see. So I did a 201 and a 157. Got a half-second penalty, they served it, and I'm back with George Mai. I try to take him on the inside, and it doesn't stick. Brake pretty late there to try to get the run on him around the corner, and he does. Just didn't have enough space there or enough traction to actually get the run on him on the outside. Good thing I didn't, he probably would have shoved me off the track. We'll fast forward again. point in time I'm just trying to stay as clean as possible, trying to push hard, but my spirit is broken because I do not expect that kind of start in this race. Okay, if George Murray a little boost out there. Just keep going. Corner 3, I always tend to get the run on people there. I'm not too great at it. Same with this corner. There, George Murray somehow managed to get a lot of pace out of that corner. And the gap is increasing from first to last. Get a nice one on George Murray, yeah. Come out that corner decently, he gets a penalty. Not too sure why. Didn't see if he did run wide there. Gets this penalty. I come around on the outside and sorted. Keep pacing on. At this point I think George Murray is catching up to me. Yep. Messed up my exit on that last corner, so he got the run. And what happens here serves him right. I start turning in as he doesn't because he wants to force me wide, and he gets a 3-second penalty for it. I don't know if that was a fair penalty, but he deserves it because he's a prick, and you will see that furthermore as we continue along the race. And he bottles it. Oh, and this guy again, M323F. So just to watch this in slow motion. M323F did not touch him, he just bottled it. You'll notice this M323F guy is also a little bit rough. Skipping forward a little bit. Alibaba, in my qualifying session, on my last qualifying lap, he managed to punt me off right at the end. He did apologize to me in a PM. He tried to go wide there, hit him as he tried to re-enter the track, so I got the run on him there, and there goes Alibaba. So pretty much at this point in time, the race is not even about my pace, it's about not being fought with. So you'll see here now, as he tries to dive me on the inside, and I'm like, not a chance, brother. These guys are diving from way back. Like not even close, they're braking so late. There he punts me again. I would just like to make a note that this guy punted me wide there. And there I probably turned in a little bit earlier, but I think I rewind and there was more than enough space. He wasn't on his racing line. But he gets past. Bad exit always on turn 3. I realized later on that I was braking way too late for the last corner every single time, even on the second race, which you'll see. I believe you're supposed to brake about 10 meters before I was braking every single time on turn the last corner. A lot of scrub happening up ahead. 2 early guys, just going at it. M323F. I will send him a link of this video so you can see what he is and how he races. And same for that Zulu Outcast UA, because he pretty much costed me this race because of his move into that corner. Corner 2 early on, as you saw. So I'm pushing on. Dude's working his way up, that United dude. Keeping it clean, as you can see. I could have punted Alibaba off as M323F did to me in the beginning, but I didn't. Why? Because I'm not dirty. It's not racing. Cut Alibaba short there, pretty decently and cleanly as I could, as I got the run on him. He decided to take the inside line, which didn't work out for him. Coming on the final lap now, you're gonna see some crazy shit happening as I slow down because of these guys and try to take the inside, but I cut that curve too much and get a half a second penalty, and that will count as a full second, finishing in 16th. On to the next race. I'm very disappointed at the A-class drivers in GT Sport and how they behave. So I try the race again. I'm like, okay, I can't finish in 16th place, I need to finish up. So I get another new qualifier starting in 3rd. From the line, I pull off a bit horrible, and 3rd is taken from me, and so is 4th. And there's George Mai getting punted off pretty decently by a guy who did not deserve the penalty that he got for it, that 9 red dude. But at least that put George Mai where he belonged, in the dirt. And this race looking a lot cleaner, people not diving for the second corner like they were in the first race. Got a lot of penalties up ahead. Good start, very good start, no major issues. No issues at all for that matter. As I come into turn 3, my goal is to finish in 1st, as I do have the pace to beat everybody in this lobby, as 10 to 1 most of them did in practice. Now what's about to unfold is these two in front of me are going to be ridiculous. So we'll fast forward a bit so you can just see what happens. They fight through this turn, so I slow down to try and avoid crap. And as you can see now, the entire pack that we had the lead on has caught up quite drastically, and yet again they're fighting each other into turn 1, and now the pack is on top of us. And now you need the shark music. Goodbye. I would like to thank that dude for taking away my opportunity to win this race. I will send him the link to this video so that he knows who he is. He did get a 5-second penalty for punting me off the way he did, but doesn't serve justice. Just a clip of someone cleaning the grass there. Skip forward a little bit. So down to 11th place. Was 12th, now 11th. After being punted off. And Gary is serving his penalty. Debo. GTRT Debo 1982. Yeah. Got no words for the dude. Just makes me sad. How can you miss your breaking point that badly? He did try to avoid me, but yeah, unfortunately not. So 10th place after all in all. This Devo dude is still pushing hard to try and pass me, but he doesn't have the pace to keep up, to be honest, as most of these guys in this lobby do not. And they are all A and S's. They are literally playing bumper cars around the track. I tried to take outside, I'm turning too much there, and I get shunted off. Not that dude's fault, my fault. I get a half a second penalty and move back down to 12th. But keeping my cool this race, unlike the previous race, I keep pushing on. Half a second penalty isn't the end of the world. Still pretty bad times going up there, 53, 57, but and 58. Unlike the previous one, I think 207 on my first lap, and then a 57 on my second lap, and then I believe the even worse lap. Taking the inside there pretty decently, getting the run on this dude. Doesn't have the pace to get the run on me down here. I go defensive, I brake late, just to make sure that no one can pull any moves on me, and it pays off in the end. I get served my half a second penalty, and 1, 2, get past. Not the end of the world, keep pushing on. A lot of these guys are running pretty wide in most of the corners and not taking. These two guys have a bad incident here, and I end up hitting the dude, and another dude gets past me. So a lot of my time that I lost here was to blame on people fighting each other and just getting in the way, pretty much. There's nothing much I could do, as I don't want to get penalties for punting people off. I pushed that guy wide there because I had the run on this dude, but I had to slack off a little bit. I get the run on him in turn 1. Take the inside just to make sure that no one can dive me, as they have been doing. He still gets the run on me, but he serves a penalty, and he goes, and I hit the ghost for some reason there. I don't understand what happened there. And something unfolds here. People get pissed off and they just start hitting each other off. Anyways, moving on. Now to push forward. Keeping my lines very tight, making sure that there's no room for error. Flying through the track, fast forwarding. I think it was about the first time I actually took that corner right. Still brake for it, but at least right. Down to a 151. That is the limit of taking that corner without getting a penalty, just so that you guys do know. For future reference, in N300 cars, as you can see, I'm reeling in the pack to the front because of all the battling that's going on, and obviously the pace is a little bit slower. Dude served the penalty. Take it on the inside. A lot of shifting happening on the track here. Guys changing their position quite often to try and get the run on each other. And there I do a 50.2. Pretty decent lap. Or was it 50.5? I think it's 50.5. Get a nice run on the guy there as he lets the car loose a little bit. EPR Racing, man. EPR is a pretty reputable group as far as I understand, but this move was just not on. Changing his line in a braking zone. Pretty rough, I would say, but I still got the jump on him, sitting right on Vlados 33's ass right now. I'm going to take the outside because that is the better line here. Try to let him pass, but he covers it pretty decently. but he lets it loose and I still managed to get the run on him out of there. This is not slow motion, just so you guys know, it is normal time. Oh, and he punts me a little bit there, and he punts me again, but I have taken up his line. So I'm gonna try and do the cut back on him, and somehow he manages to just get enough power to get the run on me. You can see as I'm slightly moving ahead of him, go on the outside and do it quite decently, I would say. I gotta hand it to him there for keeping it as clean as possible. He gave me enough room. Thank you GLaDOS33 if you ever do happen to see this video. Trying to get him out of my slip so that I can use these guys, because the battling is just slowing me down way too much. As you can see at 52 there. Punted me a little bit. I did leave him enough room, but still managed to pull out. From here on out it's pretty decent. All I'm trying to do is keep my position, not even defending hard because I have the gap, and I've seen that these guys are not dirty like the previous guys that you have seen. They're sticking to the racing line, they're not diving in every single corner. You know, they're racing pretty decently. They are meant to be A's, unlike some of the people in this room. So yeah, keep pushing on. Lost a lot of time in turn 2 there, so that's why they're sitting on me again. Not a tight enough line around there, but just enough to keep it going. Braking early, going way too slow there just to try and get the run on the exit. Save the car as straight as possible and it will pay off. Well, probably because they're busy fighting back there. Nonetheless, braking quite late for this corner, going a little bit too slow through it. Braking very late for this corner every single time, but getting the right line and pushing on. .3, another bad lap. Losing a bit of traction there, but still getting the run on the guys behind me. I believe at this point they are almost out of my slip, or possibly out of my slip. And we're on the final lap now. Just keeping it clean, making sure I get the right lines out, try to get the best time out of it without getting any penalties. Pushing real hard, but also keeping it safe. Braking on the 150 there instead of just after where most of the guys brake. Taking it pretty slow around the corner, but getting a decent exit. EPR Manny now has the lead on GLaDOS. I noticed something. If you look at the mini-map, you'll see that someone was reversing up the track on the second straight. I don't know what the hell's wrong with that guy, but yeah, you'll notice he reverses practically up the whole of the second straight. He just gave up. He's like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm over this. And yeah, that's pretty much what the case is and what these lobbies can make you feel like. And I hope that GT Sport someday fixes their penalty system and finds a way to just get rid of these guys that are bumping and pushing. Overall, decent race. Thanks for watching. 5th place finish. Please subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed it.